Hello and welcome to our fourth installment of our Family Monthly webinar series. I'm Tracy Marshall, Division Director of Colorado's Paid Family and Medical Insurance Program. Today, I'm also joined by Family Policy Manager, Evan Grimes. Evan and I will be leading today's discussion on how the Family Program will impact local governments. As a reminder, our webinar series will cover a variety of topics like preparing your small business for family and how to calculate your premiums. Our next webinar will be pre-recorded, just like this one, and will be published to our website and social channels on Friday, May 27th. You do not need to register for our pre-recorded webinars. The webinar on June 30th will include a live question and answer session, and this one you will need to register for to enable you to participate in the live discussion. We'll also share a recording of the webinar shortly after the session, and we'll be posting registration instructions on our website in the coming weeks. As always, you can get every webinar and invitations to register directly in your inbox by subscribing to the Family newsletter on family.colorado.gov, and that's where you'll also find an archive of our previous webinars. Here's what we'll cover today, focusing on local governments. We'll start with a brief overview of the program itself, then dive into the participation options that local government employers have, how the program benefits local governments, voting and notification timelines, how to notify family of your decision, registering with family, and then we'll wrap by answering a few frequently asked questions that we've received about local governments. Before we begin, here's a quick summary on Colorado's new paid family and medical leave program. Starting in 2024, millions of Coloradans will be eligible for this new benefit. All Coloradans will be eligible to take flexible paid time off to care for an injury, assist a loved one with a medical issue, and to bond with a new child, including those who choose to become parents through adoption or foster care. Additionally, mothers who need special care related to childbirth may take additional time off for their recovery. This paid time off also applies to intermittent leave. Paid family and medical leave is different from the FMLA, the Family and Medical Leave Act, due to its paid nature. States who have implemented paid family and medical leave allow those who utilize this benefit to get paid a certain amount for time taken away from work. As a social insurance enterprise program, funding comes from both employers and employees. Employers who offer paid family and medical leave through their own benefits package may be exempt from this program once they have submitted documentation to the division, if their program is equal or better to what the state provides. Local governments also have different participation options, which we'll get into in a moment. Family will start providing benefits to eligible employees beginning January 1st of 2024. Premium collections begin January 2nd of 2023. When benefits become available in 2024, covered Colorado workers will be able to take up to 12 weeks of paid leave in specific situations. Again, they include their own serious health condition or that of a family member, caring for a new child, making arrangements ahead of a military deployment, or to deal with the immediate needs and impacts arising from intimate partner violence or sexual assault. As with unemployment insurance, a worker will file a claim for family leave. Those claims will be reviewed prior to approval, and employers will be kept in the loop at every step of the process.
So how does family impact local government employees? Unlike private employers, local governments have three options when it comes to their participation in Colorado's paid family program. Here are those three options. First, they can participate fully in family. This option means the local government agency agrees to pay the employer share of the premium. That's 0.45% of wages if there's 10 or more employees, and 0% of wages if there's less than 10 employees. You also agree to remit the employee's half of the premium along with wage data to the family division once a quarter. The second option is to decline all participation in family. In order to decline all participation in the family program, the local government's governing body must vote to do so. The local government must then notify the family division of their vote to decline participation. The decision to decline is good for 8 years. The local government must hold another vote if it wishes to continue opting out beyond 8 years. And the final option is to decline employer participation in family. If the local government votes to decline, it still has the option to assist its employees who want to individually participate in family. This means the local government would facilitate voluntary payroll deductions, remit the employee's share of the premium, and submit wage data once a quarter to the family division. This option allows employees of local governments who vote to opt out to participate in the family program without the administrative burden. Here's how each decision will impact local government employees. First, participating in family. If a local government decides to participate, employees will start seeing a payroll deduction starting January 1st, 2023, and will be able to apply for family benefits starting January 1st, 2024, like most other employees across the state. If the employer declines all participation in family, local government employees still have the right to participate in the family program, even if the local government votes not to participate. If the local government votes to completely opt out of the program without assisting their employees who may want to opt in, those employees will still need to report their own wages and remit their own premium payments. This group of employees would self-elect coverage in the same manner and form a self-employed person would. They'll need to create their own account by registering with us once the system is ready this fall, and will be responsible for self-reporting their wage data and remitting a quarterly premium into the system. These employees will still only be responsible for paying the employee's share of the premium. And finally, for employers who decline employer participation in family, employees who voluntarily enroll will see the deductions from their paychecks if the local government chooses to facilitate their employees' participation. The local government chooses to be responsible for remitting the employee's share of the premium and submitting wage data once a quarter to the family division, taking the administrative burden off of their employees.
Now, we understand that to some local governments, this may feel like yet another thing that will complicate your operations. But FAMLI doesn't just benefit your employees. There are tangible benefits for every Colorado employer, especially those with tight budgets. First of all, we're committed to reducing the administrative burden as much as possible. That's why family premiums will largely work in the same way and on the same schedule as the existing unemployment insurance system. Local government employers will need to register and pay into one premium system, but when benefits are needed by an employee, they will manage that through the state. Secondly, FAMLI is especially cost-effective as a way for small local government employers to provide paid family leave, because they have the option to opt out of paying the employer premium and have the option of only covering the administrative overhead to deduct and remit individual employees' premiums. Paid family leave is a benefit that workers want. A 2016 Deloitte survey found that 77% of workers said that the availability of paid family leave had some influence on their choice of employer. Colorado's family program will allow employers of all types to provide those same benefits cost effectively and thus better compete with larger employers in the private sector for top talent. The program also helps to retain that talent, reducing costs to train new employees. One study conducted by Rutgers Center for Women and Work found that new mothers who take paid leave are 93% more likely to still be in the workforce 12 months after childbirth than those who do not. There is also a growing body of evidence that access to paid family leave can improve employee morale and productivity. A decade after California introduced paid family leave, 90% of employers surveyed said that paid family leave had either a neutral or positive impact on employee morale and productivity. Similarly, because family benefits will be portable, you won't have to worry about potential employees turning down your job offer because they don't want to lose the benefits they've accrued elsewhere. We've received a lot of questions about when local governments can vote to opt out of FAMLI. Local governments can vote any time during 2022, but they are not required to give FAMLI notice of their decision to opt out until January 1st, 2023. The rules have several timelines to be aware of and follow depending on the options selected by the governing body. You'll see here a list of the timelines, and we also have these on our local government's fact sheet on our website. Local governments must notify employees of their decision on FAMLI participation within 30 days of the deciding vote. This gives local governments time to communicate their decision to their employees. 180 days notice must be given to employees before any change regarding access to FAMLI benefits is effective. This gives workers time to make arrangements and self-select coverage if they wish to do so. Because benefits do not start until 2024, this requirement does not apply in 2022. Local governments which choose to fully participate in FAMLI after previously voting to decline participation, as well as individuals who self-elect coverage, must remain in the program and agree to pay premiums for a minimum of 3 years. If a local government wishes to withdraw from the program at the end of the 3-year period, the division requires a minimum of 90 days notice so that we can change systems to avoid overpayments and any miscommunication. If the local government chooses to decline to participate in the FAMLI program, the decision must be revisited and a vote must be held every 8 years at a minimum. After a local government has determined its participation in FAMLI, the next step is to register with the FAMLI system when it deploys this fall. Every local government employer must register with FAMLI's online system, even if you vote not to participate in FAMLI. Registering with the system and uploading your documents will enable FAMLI to keep track of local government employers' current intentions for participation, the obligation to revisit a declination vote after 8 years, and enable local government employers to provide an affordable benefit if they choose to remit premiums and wage data for employees who self-elect coverage. FAMLI's online employer service system is expected to be available for registration this fall, during which time we will have support staff available to help employers navigate the process. Once you're registered, you need to notify FAMLI of your decision. If you vote to decline participation, we will need that notification by January 1st of 2023. If we don't get that notification by January 1st, your local government will be identified as participants in the FAMLI program, and the division will expect both wage data and premium payments due on April 1st, 2023. You must notify the division ahead of January 1st, 2023 to avoid paying premiums. You'll be able to upload a simple notification letter on letterhead via our online portal once it deploys this fall. All this letter needs to include is the date of the vote and the outcome of the vote.
Throughout 2022, the FAMLI Division is conducting rulemaking as we work to build a system that works for local governments, private employers, and workers. Premiums rules were enacted on January 1st, 2022. Local government rules were adopted on January 14th, 2022. We anticipate our next set of rules regarding benefits and private plans to be adopted within the next few months. Adopted and proposed rules, as well as timely information regarding the rulemaking process, can be found on our website at famli.colorado.gov/proposed/adopted-rules.
Now we'll answer some of the most commonly asked questions we've received. We'll start by addressing questions regarding notifying the division of your decision to participate.
What does our local government need to send FAMLI before the end of the year?
After registration, a local government that votes to opt out of the FAMLI program must notify the FAMLI division on letterhead and must indicate the date the vote was taken and the result of the vote. If the local government has voted to opt out, but intends to assist its employees who choose to individually participate in the FAMLI program, this information must be included in the letter as well. The letter does not need to be overly complicated. We just need the date of the vote and the outcome. This notification must be received by January 1st of 2023.
What are acceptable forms of notification?
Notification letters must be uploaded into the online FAMLI system after your local government registers this fall. This will allow the division to properly track and log each notification letter to the corresponding local government. Please do not send your notification letter via email or post it prior to when our online system launches this fall.
What happens if we don't take a vote or send a letter?
Local governments which do not notify the FAMLI division of a vote to opt out by January 1st, 2023 will be identified as participants in the FAMLI program. The FAMLI division will expect both wage data and premium payments due on April 1st, 2023. Please notify the division ahead of January 1st, 2023 to avoid paying premiums. Moving on to questions about local government employees. I'm going to have Evan answer some more of these. As a public employee, if my local government opts out, how do I opt in?
If your local government employer decides to opt out of all participation in the program, you as an employee have the option of opting in on your own. You would have to register within the FAMLI system this fall as a self-employed worker, and you would be responsible for remitting your wage data and 0.45% of your wages to FAMLI every quarter. If your local government employer decides to opt out but help individual employees with the administrative burden, you will see a deduction on your paycheck starting in January 2023 and will be eligible to apply for benefits in 2024. Your employer will be responsible for remitting your half of the premium and your wage data every quarter.
Can local government employees opt out?
If a local government opts into the FAMLI program, its employees cannot opt out. If the local government decides to opt out, its employees have the option of opting in.
Are elected officials counted in employment numbers?
If those elected officials are employees of the local government, they must be counted as an employee. Now we have a few final general questions regarding local governments. Our local government pays some board members a stipend to attend certain meetings. Are board members included as employees?
The board member must be included if they meet the definition of employee under the FAMLI Act, which is very similar to the definition used for the unemployment insurance and workers' compensation programs. Generally, an employee is anyone performing labor or services for the benefit of another. However, a person is not considered an employee if they are free from control in performing their work and are customarily engaged in an independent business or trade related to the work.
When will the required written notices and posters local governments must use to notify all employees within 30 days of a vote to opt out be available?
A complete local government guide will be available for download on our website in June. This guide will include suggested language and posters local governments can use to notify their employees and explain the different benefits of the FAMLI program and any private plan offered by the local government. The 30 days notice is more to educate employees on the different options available to them. With benefits not starting until 2024, there will be plenty of time to notify your employees of your decision to opt out.
How will FAMLI interact with or impact other income protection insurance programs offered, like short-term and long-term disability insurance?
We've received a lot of questions about how FAMLI will work with short and long-term disability benefits. The FAMLI statute allows employers to run FAMLI concurrently with its STD and LTD policies. We will be addressing how this works more thoroughly in future adoption of rules regarding coordination of benefits. We are working to build a family program that's fair and meets the needs of both employers and workers. You can help us by participating in our webinar series, sharing with us your ideas or concerns, and inviting us to speak with business groups or your organizations. In addition, you can visit our website for updates and contact us by email, and you can also now follow us on social media at Colorado FAMLI. Thank you so much for joining us today in our webinar, and we appreciate any feedback you may have.